Chris Martin's shocking statement on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon once again shook the public, especially BTS fans across the world. In an interview initially expected to focus solely on music, the Coldplay vocalist unexpectedly made a comment that opened a new global conversation surrounding two BTS members, Kim Taehyung, V, and Taehyung Jungkook. With a highly unusual and even personal tone, Chris stated that the two have something that can't be explained. So, what exactly did he mean by that statement? And why were only these two names specifically mentioned? The statement not only stirred curiosity, but also reignited a long-overlooked discussion about the relationship between two BTS members whose emotional and artistic closeness seems to transcend professional boundaries. For over a decade of BTS's career in the music industry, many interactions between members have drawn fan attention, but the moments shared by Taehyung and Jungkook are often considered among the most complex, compelling, and emotional. When someone like Chris Martin raises this issue on an international platform, the spotlight becomes inevitable. While discussing their collaboration on the song My Universe, Chris Martin said that there was something very powerful about being in the same room with Taehyung and Jungkook. You can feel it, the energy, like they talk without words. They're naturally connected, he said in a broadcast watched by millions globally. This wasn't an ordinary statement. Chris Martin, who has interacted with hundreds of artists worldwide over the years, chose to describe two BTS members using the phrase, a connection that can't be explained. Global media responded seriously to the quote. Billboard, in its report, noted that Chris's comment opened new avenues in understanding the creative dynamic within BTS, especially between these two young figures often seen together in various projects and promotions. Interestingly, only Taehyung and Jungkook were mentioned explicitly by Chris, not the entire BTS group collectively. While the public was still busy interpreting the meaning behind his words, a follow-up interview with one of Coldplay's production crew members revealed that Chris Martin was deeply moved by their chemistry. In post-production discussions with his team, Chris was reportedly quoted saying there was something beyond musicality between them. This added weight to what might previously have been dismissed as general praise. From the fan perspective, the comment immediately triggered references to countless iconic moments shared by Taehyung and Jungkook. From emotional hugs during the Busan concert to moments when Jungkook silently cried while expressing how much Taehyung meant to him. But unlike fan speculation that tends to be interpretative and emotional, Chris Martin's comment came as a neutral observation from a senior musician, with no personal stake in BTS narratives. But what makes this situation even more interesting is the complete silence from Big Hit music. No clarification, no affirmation, not even an official thank you for Chris Martin's praise. In the context of South Korea's entertainment industry, such silence is often interpreted as an indirect acknowledgement, or at the very least, a sign that the issue is too sensitive to discuss openly. On another note, some analysts linked Chris Martin's statement to BTS's current hiatus due to military service. Jungkook and Taehyung are the last two members to enlist, and many believe their farewell moment late last year was deeply emotional, even deemed the quietest moment in the group's history. Chris Martin, who is known to have direct communication with some BTS members through musical and philanthropic projects, may have absorbed this emotional dynamic more deeply than the public realized. The question now is, why did Chris Martin feel the need to say this now, and on such a high-profile platform like The Tonight Show? Was the statement spontaneous, or was there something he symbolically wanted to convey? Many believe Chris is voicing something the BTS members themselves cannot express, that perhaps relationships among members can't always be simplified into narratives like friendship or co-workers. There's a profoundly human and emotional side that can only be felt, not articulated. While the world continues to speculate, one thing remains clear. The statement has opened a new dimension in the public's perception of BTS, especially Taehyung and Jungkook. The fans' reaction is not just euphoric, it's reflective. Many feel that Chris Martin managed to capture the essence of something they've long felt, but had never been validated by someone of his stature. Chris Martin wasn't merely offering praise. He highlighted an emotional dimension long dismissed by the entertainment world. He showed that behind the stage lights and camera lenses, there are two young men who understand and support each other in a way that can't be technically explained. And to the world, especially ARMY, that is a far deeper acknowledgement than simple musical compliments. However, behind the enthusiasm and emotional shock sparked by Chris Martin's statement, we must all ask critically, is this truly a reflection of authentic reality? Or is it a narrative strategically constructed to attract global media attention? Did Chris Martin truly reveal something that is happening behind BTS's stage? Or is this merely part of a media fabrication created to provoke controversy and virality? The public now faces two extreme possibilities. One, that the relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook indeed has a depth that cannot be publicly explained, and two, that this entire discourse is merely a game of narrative grown from a collection of interpretations, speculations, and illusions spread through platforms like TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. How can we distinguish what is fact and what is fabrication? Furthermore, we must acknowledge that most of the circulating information regarding this issue comes from video clips, fan comments, incomplete interview snippets, and fragmented narratives that are not fully confirmed by official sources. Shouldn't this serve as a warning for all of us not to accept every piece of information at face value? Isn't it our duty as an intelligent audience to question, investigate, and doubt before believing? Is it possible that the global media is also exploiting the popularity of BTS and Coldplay to spark controversial discussions for clicks and digital impressions? Or could it be that we as information consumers have unknowingly become part of the architecture of virality built by algorithms? At this point, it is crucial to reflect. Are our emotions when witnessing or reading this news truly driven by the truth? Or are they the result of narrative manipulation designed to provoke instant reactions? We remind readers and viewers that every piece of information we present, although compiled from various sources such as social media, international articles, and official broadcasts, still requires further verification. The narrative that develops today may not necessarily be the truth tomorrow. Therefore, we encourage you all to be reflective, skeptical, and critical of every piece of information, including this article. Do you believe that the relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook truly holds something yet to be revealed to the public? Or do you feel that all of this is merely the echo of fabricated hype born from the industry's need to stay relevant amid information fatigue? We invite you not to be merely passive consumers of information. Ask questions, investigate, and reconsider. Is this fact or fiction? Is this truth or merely sensation? The world is now full of information, but the truth can only be found by those willing to search deeper. Thank you.